Let me take this wonderful opportunity to send you my deepest gratitude to everybody watching Edezze TV. And of course, if you are there watching Edezze TV, we love you so much. Today we shall be discussing on one phrase in the Bible which says that you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. When you plant maize, you expect to harvest maize at the end of the season. You cannot plant beans, then you expect to harvest soybeans at the end of the season. You cannot plant mangoes, then you expect to harvest apples at the end of the season. Instead, you harvest what you've planted. You reap what you sow. When you pray and pray and pray, you are likely to receive the power of prophecy. You are likely to be given the power and the power to speak in tongues, the power of healings. But if you're there planning to start a business, you cannot pray and pray and pray, doing nothing, then you start a business from nowhere. But when you pray, then you add principles, then you can start your business. When you are a student, you cannot pray and pray and pray without reading books, then you succeed in class. Instead, you pray, then you read your books so that you can succeed in class. Why? Because God does not bless the prayer itself. Instead, God blesses the actions that we take. It's clearly written that prayer and faith without action is dead. That is why you find a lot of young boys and girls in class. They don't miss choirs. They are prayer warriors. They don't miss any church activities. They're strong believers. But at the end of the semester, they are the most stupid people in the class. They cannot succeed. They cannot pass their exams because they only have prayers and faith without action. You've seen a lot of Christians who have big dreams, who plans to start businesses, but they end up not doing it because they only have prayers, they only have faith, but they lack principles. And this has been a big problem and challenge among the Christians community. They believe if they pray and pray and pray, they can get everything they feels like getting. Few weeks ago, I was talking to some young boys and girls in the Democratic Republic of Congo, trying to ask them what they think about the ongoing war in Democratic Republic of Congo. And most of them, they had one response, which is like, Jesus knows, God knows, and God is the one who knows when this is going to end. I was like, yes, I know, Jesus knows, but what is the physical action do you think should be taken to end what is going on in Democratic Republic of Congo? You know, this has been one of the stupid answer among the Christians. When you ask them about something, they only answer that Jesus knows. But they don't like taking physical actions. We only pray and pray and pray, but we don't take any physical actions. We lack ideologies. We lack principles. When Moses was taking the Israelites out of the bondage of slavery, reaching to the Red Sea, he prayed to God. But God said, "What do you have?" Because God couldn't separate the water only through prayer without the physical actions being taken. We need to pray, but also have actions. We need to pray, but also have principles and ideologies. When we pray, God gives us the strength. God gives us the knowledge and the wisdom so that we can do what we are praying to God. In Africa, we have a lot of leaders who are Christians and Muslims. Leaders who are strong believers. Leaders who already have visions of what their nation should look like. But they end up not accomplishing their missions because they've always been lacking ideologies. They've been always lacking principles. They think that when they pray and pray and pray, that things will be done by themselves. I've seen a lot of Christians dying in churches because they believe that they will pray and pray without taking medical actions, without taking medicine. Then they end up dying in churches. They need to remember that they have to pray, then they take the medication. You cannot pray and pray and pray, then you expect that your sickness will just go away without taking medication. Prayer goes with actions. Prayers goes with principles. Prayers goes with ideologies for somebody who needs to succeed. You cannot be a student, then you pray and pray. You expect God to come and write answers for you on a paper. But when you're a student, then you pray and pray. God gives you the knowledge and wisdom. God gives you strength so that you can pass your exams. We shouldn't be confused by thinking that when we only pray and pray without doing nothing, that we shall get everything that we feels like. You cannot pray and pray and pray, then you get a car just somewhere waiting for you without working for it. I know I always see a lot of people, a lot of Christians giving testimonies that are, somebody just gave me this, somebody gave me this. But that is why we've always been behind. That is why we've always been poor. Because we think that we shall pray, then somebody gives us. We don't want to pray, then work. We don't want to pray, then take actions. Instead, we want to pray, then we wait for somebody to give us. We want to pray, then we wait for something for free. We want to pray, then we wait for Western countries to give us donation, to give us some helps. But that is the oldest and the outdated versions of thinking. There is the need of taking actions. We need ideologies. We need principles. At the same time, we need prayers. because they all goes hand in hand. Thank you so much.